Chapter 16 Ringo TV vs Pastor Dowell. Hi. I am Jenny. We chose to accept this new story because the characters work from home as YouTubers. Given that so many people may be involved in demonic cults, we hope this story will enlighten you. This story is being narrated by Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason. This is Chapter 16 Ringo TV vs Pastor Dowell. Satan is the author of Anger and Contention. We can easily point to Straitway and say, you are a cult, but we can never see the one we're in. That's because it is uniquely designed that way. Satan is the author of Anger and Contention. A person who calls themselves anything but sovereign has already accepted the demonic gift of groupthink from Satan. In this groupthink, you will always find the main ingredients, anger and contention. This groupthink is a gift from Satan, beautifully wrapped up in one mind, one thought. We're on the same frequency, culture not cult. You've seen many of the present cult leaders use these terms. Who else would want everyone to think the same? Who else would cause a person to be so angry at another for not thinking the same? Ringo TV vs Straitway. I am a Hebrew, says the Hebrew, but you of Straitway are a cult. An outsider looks on and asks, Hebrew, why are they a cult and not you? The Hebrew responds, because they are selling women and taking people's money, and want others to believe it's right. But Hebrew, asks the outsider, are there many beliefs you have and get as angry as Satan when others say you should only have one wife? The Hebrew responds, I'm not angry, I'm just teaching. Then the outsider says to the Hebrew, we all can clearly see that there are many people in the Straitway organization who have left the isolated compound hurt. We see the selling of women, the slavery of men, and the adultery you, the Hebrew man, speak of. The Hebrew man will agree with that, but will the Hebrew man admit that he too wants people to believe certain things about his religion? Will the Hebrew man concede that if he is taught anything other than what he is now teaching, he too has hurt people with fraudulent teaching, even in his growth of learning new things? Think on that for a minute, Hebrew man. Oh, but I am not a Hebrew man, says the Hebrew, I am a child of Yah. The Hebrew man will find something of least importance to qualify, rather than learn why he too is called a cult by the outsider. The outsider tells the Hebrew man that old Satan is a slickster. He is the creator of cults and organized religion. Have you noticed, my Hebrew brother, the anger and discontent that erupted within these ideologies? Satan is the author of Anger and Contention. The outsider says this to the Hebrew as if he is special because he's not part of what is called the Straitway cult, and he is not part of what the Hebrew doesn't think is religion, but yet read and follow the religious text of the Bible. So the outsider thinks he's accomplished something by shouting out from the mountaintop that Pastor Dowell and Ringo TV are both cults. The outsider sits back in his chair, watching TV, and says, let's see what those damn Democrats are doing to Trump. Notice how he said it, focus on the word demons and then crats. So funny, so contentious. Satan is the author of Anger and Contention. Satan sits on the shoulder of the outsider, laughing at the anger and discontent the outsider has for the Democrats. And Satan whispers, you too, my young outsider, have ventured into one of my cults. Satan laughs and says, the greatest thing I ever did was to make them feel they needed to be a part of something other than God. He lies back with a grin upon his face, thinking of when he created that phrase many centuries ago. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. I made that in the early 1900s to help motivate my darkness. Around the same time I was creating my top health gurus and New Age spiritualists and preparing their gift. Damn, I'm good, he says.
Send your stories for review to afrikeat333@gmail.com. We pay $25 per story if accepted.
Have a work story to share? Or seeking the freedom of working from home? Your story matters, and it's time to share it with the world. Gone are the days of toxic work cultures and unrecognized efforts. Say hello to working where you're valued, right from the comfort of your home. From the challenges of traditional workplaces to the autonomy of remote work, your journey is powerful. Let's inspire change together. Don't stay silent. Reach out, share your story, and join a community eager to redefine work. Your voice is the beacon of hope for many. Are you a storyteller at heart or someone who loves to dive into other people's experiences? Either way, we need you. We are calling all storytellers and story readers to join our mission. We are in a search for passionate individuals who can share and amplify the empowering work stories we have gathered. As a storyteller, you get to voice the experiences of many, paint their journey, and foster a connection with our audience. As a story reader, you get to dive into the sea of narratives, select the most powerful ones, and help us shape the future of work. This is more than a job, it's a movement. So, are you ready to inspire and be inspired? Take a step forward, and let's redefine the work narrative together.